Now I have told you this is a uh, independent system of the lung units, and but when the dissections of these segments has to be done due to any reasons, it creates an immense hemorrhage. So bronchopulmonary segment includes including a single pulmonary veins is the bronchovascular unit. Okay, so there is a little difference between a bronchopulmonary segments and the bronchovascular units. Now come to these pictures you see here. I have told you the sum or the first secondary bronchus shooting over shoot off from the principal bronchus after 2.5 centimeter away from of the divisions of the principal bronchus, and it is situated into the in a aparterial positions. After that, the secondary bronchus runs downwards about 1 centimeters, run downwards about 2 centimeters and give rise to another branch to its the middle lobes, and it divides twice to give rise two branches, the two tertiary branches, that is the lateral branches and the medial branches, which is fixed by a number, that is number 4 for the lateral branch and the number 5 from the medial branch, to supply the lateral bronchopulmonary segments and the medial bronchopulmonary segments of the middle lobe of the right lung. After origin of the secondary bronchus for the middle lobe of the right lung, which is surrounded by several lymphatics. You see some lymph nodes surrounding the initiations of the middle lobe bronchus. These are the drainage area for the middle lobe and the inferior lobe of the lungs. Okay, and just adjacent to these opening of the middle lobe bronchus, the next tertiary bronchus arises about 1 centimeter away, and it goes to supply the apical lobes or the apical bronchopulmonary segments of the inferior lobes of the right lung. After that, it gives rise to the anterior basal segments, which is numbered as the 8, and the medial basal segment, which supplies to the also terms as the cardiac tertiary bronchi, supply the medial basal segments of the right lung. After that, it divides into two terminal divisions for the lateral basal segments and the posterior basal segments of the right lung. This is the course of the right bronchus. Now the left lung is quite away from the with respect to the trachea, because at the end of its journey, trachea shifted towards the right sides at the level of the sternal angle. So to reach the hilum of the left lung, left bronchus has to course a longer course. Whether the extrapulmonary part of the right principal bronchus is only 2.5 centimeters, the extrapulmonary part of the left principal bronchus is about 5 centimeters to reach the hilum, and the secondary bronchi arises from the left principal bronchus is always hypoarterial in course, because we have got only two lobes for the left lung, that is the upper lobe and the lower lobe, no three lobes like the right lung. Okay, and this hypoarterial course is more or less similar with the right tracheobronchial tree, with some specifications due to the disposition of the different tertiary lobules, that is the bronchopulmonary segments for the left lung. So the hypoarterial course of the left bronchus at first give rise to two branches. One is ascending, another is the descending. The first upper lobe bronchus shoot off from the hypertral cords of the secondary left principal bronchus of the left lung. This upper lobe bronchus divides into one ascending branch and one descending branch. Then this ascending branch give rise to two tertiary bronchi. One is apicoposterior, another is anterior. This apicoposterior branch may arise separately in the apical and the posterior tertiary bronchi. Now, the descending branch of the upper lobe bronchus for the left lobe divides into two branches, one for the superior lingular, another for the inferior lingular lobe of the left lung, which is corresponds with the middle lobe of the left lung. As you know, this lateral and medial lobe for the right lung is divided into lateral and medially because middle lobe has the space to expand, whereas the lingular lobe, which is corresponding with the middle lobe of the right lung, has little space to expand because here is situation of the heart. So it divides into superior and the inferior lingular lobe, and if you follow that all the lobes, that is the tertiary bronchus, has been numbered by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these 1, 2, 3 are similar of the right upper lobe bronchus, that is for the apical, the posterior and the anterior, to supply the respective bronchopulmonary segments of the upper lobe. These descending bronchus divided into superior lingular and the inferior lingular and numbered as 4 and 5, which corresponds with the lateral lobe and the lateral lobe and the medial lobe of the middle lobe of the right lung. Now, after shooting off these upper lobe bronchus, the principal bronchus goes downwards and it gives rise to the other tertiary bronchus, that is the apical for the lower lobes, which is numbered as the 6, the anterior basals for the lower lobe of the left lung, the posterior basals for the lower lobe of the left lung, the lateral basals for the lower lobe of the left lung. The last two are the terminal branches, whereas the medial basals for the lower lobe of the left lung is missing because the left lung has to accommodate the expanding cardiac tissues. Okay, so this is the tracheobronchial trees distributions. Before we goes to the to discussing regarding the bronchopulmonary segment, here is some comparisons between the right tracheobronchial tree and the left tracheobronchial tree. At the initiation, the trachea is shifted towards the right sides, and right tracheobronchial tree has to supply the more voluminous right lung with respect to the left lung. This part is termed as the carinum. It is about 90 degree in nature. If it is more than the 90 degree, then some should think there is the enlargement of the subcarinal lymph nodes, which is situated here. Okay. Now, for the right tracheobronchial tree, we have got one extra arterial right bronchus, which is above the pulmonary artery, right pulmonary artery for the upper lobe of the right lung. Now, the course of this upper lobe of the left lung is hypertral in nature. Okay. After giving the apartial bronchus, the from the extrapulmonary part, which is about 2.5 centimeter, and here you should note one thing that these extrapulmonary parts is more closer to the right lung. It is wider. Okay, with respect to the left principal bronchus. that right principal bronchus is about 2.5 centimeter, is more nearer to the right lung. So it is almost in a straighter course for the right lung, and it helps for the lodgement of the foreign body, which is inadvertently inhaled during our lifetime, will lodge mostly in the right lobes. Okay, and as you know, it is a shorter course. It is easier to impact within the right lobe for this foreign body, because it has to cross a longer shorter way to reach the right lung with respect to the left lung. Now the left principal bronchus is about 5 centimeter in extrapulmonary course. It is narrower with respect to the right principal bronchus. Okay, and it is away from the carina, that is the divisions of the trachea into the two principal bronchus. So it is less unlikely to be impacted through the foreign body with respect to the right lung. Now, as more continuous course of the right principal bronchus, if one put their statho to the right side of the lungs, the breath sound will be more audible, because it is more aerated with the continuous, more or less straight course with respect to the left principal bronchus. Okay, and also the aspirations pneumonia, that is some object has been aspirated to the right lung, which created the reactions ultimately culminate into the pneumonia, is more common for the right lung, and for that reasons two bronchopulmonary segments are in a notorious position. One is the posterior bronchopulmonary segments of the upper lobe of the right lung, and the apical bronchopulmonary segments of the lower lobe of the right lung, because they are in a most dependent positions in supine conditions. So they are easily get impacted through this foreign body or some material which creates the pneumonia. Okay, now what happens is that this is our knowledge for the tracheobronchial tree. With that knowledge, we will go for the distributions for the bronchopulmonary segments of the two lungs. Okay, which is an independent parts of the lung tissue. Now you see, this is the two fine diagram of the right lung. This is for the lateral view, and this is for the medial view. This is the hilum. Okay, now you just see that right lung has been divided into three lobes by one oblique fissures and one horizontal fissures, that is the upper lobe, middle lobe and the lower lobe. Now you have seen that in the previous time, just a few seconds before, that the tracheobronchial tree is divided into three secondary bronchi, that is for the upper lobe, middle lobe and the lower lobe. Now the upper lobe bronchi divides into three branches. One is that upper lobe bronchi divides into three branches. One is for the apical part, another is for the posterior part, another is for the anterior parts, and they are given the number 1, 2 and 3. The middle lobe bronchus divides into two branches for the lateral and the medial tertiary bronchopulmonary segments. The lower lobe bronchus divides into the 5 branches. One for the apical portions of the lower lobe. Second one is the medial portions or the medial basal portions of the lower lobe, which can be seen from the medial view. Next is the anterior basal portions, that is the bronchopulmonary segments for the lower lobe, and terminally the lateral and the posterior basal parts of the lower lobe. Okay, now these 10 bronchopulmonary segments for the right lung is in a constant positions. Okay, these 10 bronchopulmonary segments you can see from the lateral view as well as the medial view for the right lung are in a constant positions, and they have been decided by some constant numbers which is internationally accepted. Why this numbering both for the right lung and also you will see that for the left lung? Because by this numbering one healthcare personnel, be it doctor, be it diagnostic assistant, be it sisters, will have clear idea regarding the involvement of that particular bronchopulmonary segments in the disease process. So you should know the positions of these constant bronchopulmonary segments for both the lungs, which has been depicted by a definite constant number. So please memorize this part. Okay, now come to the pictures for the left lung. You have seen this is the lateral view of the left lung, this is the medial view of the left lung, and you have seen here is a big groove. Why? This is the cardiac notch due to the situations of the heart more towards the left side of the thoracic cavity. Now you have seen the left lung has got two lobes which is divided by an oblique fissures, the upper lobe and the lower lobes. Now these upper lobe bronchus and the lower lobe bronchus, we just go to the previous pictures, all have the hypoarterial codes. This upper lobe bronchus and the lower lobe bronchus, these are the secondary bronchus, and from these secondary bronchus the tertiary bronchi has been shooted off. This tertiary bronchus for the upper lobe bronchus divide into the ascending and the descending codes. Okay, and it again divides into apical, posterior and anterior to supply the upper portion of the upper lobe of the left lung, and the descending bronchi divides into superior lingular and the inferior lingular. And you have seen here both all these lobes, that is the tertiary bronchus, has been numbered: 1 for apical, 2 for posterior, 3 for anterior, 4 for superior lingular, 5 for inferior lingular, which are corresponding to the middle of the right lung, and these are almost similar to that of the right lung. Now come to these pictures, be it from the medial view, be it from the lateral view. You just see this is, 1 is for the apical portion, 2 is for the posterior portion, 3 is for the anterior portions, and these 4 and 5 for the superior lingular and the inferior lingular lobes, that is the bronchopulmonary segments for the left lung. Now come to these pictures again. After shooting off this upper lobe bronchus, the main bronchus divides into the apical for the lower lobe, anterior basals for the lower lobe, sorry, and terminal, lateral and the posterior basals of the lower lobe of the left lung. Medial basals is absent due to this cardiac notch, which is numerically depicted as the number 7. So you see this is the apical for the lower lobe, the anterior basals for the lower lobe, and the posterior basals and the lateral basals for the lower lobe. This is the posterior basals number 10 and the lateral basals for the lower lobe of the left lung. Okay, and 7 is missing from either of these pictures. Okay, now I have told you for the right lung they have got a constant positions, that is in a constant situations they are present, and they are depicted as a number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is missing, 8 9 10. This is from the lateral view.